YouTube by the numbers. Numbers play a very, very important part in all of our lives, don't they? I'm fascinated by numbers. I really am. I know a lot of people, math is something that they don't really like. You start talking numbers and their eyes start to glaze over, don't it? But really, numbers is a part. We all use them, don't we? 1, 2, 3. How old are you? However old you are, you know that number, right? Well, I know this is an impromptu live. I hadn't done it. I didn't do it early in the week. I just got too busy. But I want to talk about YouTube numbers, doing the math, adding it up. All of us, like I said, we deal with numbers of some sort. You go shopping, what do? You look at the price, don't you? You see this for $10.99 and you see this for $5.99, and you want to try and get the cheapest that you can, right? That's just the way we are configured, if you will. And then you got to also not only look at the price, but you look at the price per pound, don't you? If something's $2.99 a pound or something's $3.99 a pound, if you're dealing with meat or produce or whatever, you're looking at numbers. You're trying to figure out the best bang for your buck. Best bang for your buck. And we all, I mean, that's just, that's the way it should be, right? We should be trying to figure out what is best for our finances, but not just finances, but other things in life. Those of you that garden, when you plant your seedlings, if you wanted to plant tomatoes, do you take just one seed, put it in there and cover it up and say, I'm good for the year? Or do you plant several because you know inevitably some of those seedlings, some of those seeds aren't going to germinate. They're not going to grow up. They're not going to turn into plants. Do that with a bunch of things in life. I don't want to get off on that side of it this afternoon. What I want to do, what I really want to look at more so is some numbers about YouTube. What YouTube, I guess the mindset, is this the mindset I should have, or is this the mindset that is needed? I'm not real sure how to say that. Before I do that, let me show you something. Covers up my bald spot. Last day's homesteading. Bill and Gracie up there in Tennessee sent me a box, and I won't show you what all they got me, but they got me quite a few things. Very, very nice. Did get a bunch of seeds, and two of them that I'm especially proud of that I've never grown before. One is a Cherokee purple tomato. It's a heirloom, and he said, I can't remember how many years they've been handing this down, a lot. And then I got this other one, White MC Castlin. White MC Castlin. I have no clue what that is. If you know what that is, tell me in the comments. I don't know if my comments are coming through. Let me just see here. So if you know what White MC Castlin is, I may just have to call Bill. I'll call him. I'll find out because he'll know because he sent them. But there are a few other things in here. There's some nice, beautiful Christmas card and a couple other things. I don't want to just show everything. And that's not the point of this live. It's just going to be a very, very short live. I want to run some numbers by you, and I want to ask you if it makes sense to you. It may not. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. Any good salesman will tell you that they play the odds or they play the numbers, right? They know that this many customers come into the car lot, say, they're trying to sell cars, that they've got it figured out. They've got it figured out that out of this many people, that this many will at least buy a car or at least look or be interested, whatever. They got all these numbers. They got people that actually, that's their entire job. I can't remember what they call it, actuators, something like that. Their entire job is running the data and trying to figure out how much, doing all these numbers to figure out how much, people buy and what times they buy, times a year, this, that, and the other, and so forth. Hey, Rebecca. Good to see you. Hey, Colleen. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. And I know this is just out of the blue, not my ordinary time, but it was something I was interested in. I hadn't done anything this week, so I wanted to at least make sure y'all knew I didn't fall off the planet. I read somewhere, hey, Skip, or Gray Wolf, Outdoors, good to see you. I read somewhere, and I don't know where, or maybe I heard it somewhere, that Jehovah Witnesses, any of y'all ever had a Jehovah Witness? Some of y'all may be Jehovah Witness, I don't know. Ever had one come knock on your door? No, I've had them in my lifetime, I don't know, several times. I don't know, quite a few times. They had a statistic, and I won't say it was 1 out of 700 and something times that they knocked on the door that they got a convert. Now, to us, that don't seem like a vast number, but I mean, when you add it up, it keeps adding up, right? And that's just a statistic. That's just what the statistics say. And I don't know if it's still that. This was several years ago that I heard that. It may be different now, but it don't really matter. But when you're looking at YouTube, there were some things that I was trying to figure out. Colleen, well, you probably know. You might know the numbers. I don't know. Whatever it is, it really don't matter. But hey, Nick, good to see you, my friend. Anyway, when it comes to numbers on YouTube, we look at them and we try to figure out what we do. I read somewhere, or I seen somewhere, or whatever, about the length of your videos. That you got to have certain length videos, like 8 to 12 minutes or something like that. I don't know. And to me, I was thinking, how in the world you get 8, 12 minutes? And then there's others that say, no, you got to do shorts. If you want subscribers, you want to. And there's all kind of stuff going out there on the internet, right? On YouTube, everybody's got it all figured out. It's all thing. But it made me skip. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to overstep, I guess, or call you the wrong thing. But I got to trying to think, and y'all help me with my numbers if I get it wrong, because sometimes this old noggin don't work as good as it used to. If you put out a 30-minute video, I'm using 30 minutes because it's a fairly easy number to think of. If you put out a 30-minute video and you've got 10 friends that are so loyal to you, they love you so much, they're going to watch it from the beginning until the end. They might even watch the ads at the end of the video. They love you so much that they're going to watch it all the way through, and you got 10 of them. 10 people watching a 30-minute video all the way through. If my math is right, that gives you 5 hours of watch time, right? The math adds up to 10 hours of watch time. So you've got 10 people. And if, let's say that's all you got, is 10 people that's going to watch that video, you're going to get 5 hours of watch time out of that video. Now, if you got viewers that's only going to watch 2 minutes of that video, just 2 minutes of that video, that 30-minute video, they're just going to watch 2 minutes of it. Okay. It would take, how many would it take? For an hour, it would take 30 people, right? Is my math right? It would take 30 people to add up to an hour. So for 5 hours worth of watch time, it'd take 150 views. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad Nick's got the computer or the calculator out. So if your viewers are only going to watch 2 minutes of it, right? They're only going to watch 2 minutes of your 30-minute video, or any video, what for that matter, you're going to have 150 of them to get the same amount of time as 5 or 10. What I say? My brain went dead. 10 loyal subscribers that love your videos. You're going to have 150 not so loyal to get that same time. And you can do the math, keep doing the math and going up with it. And it determines how many gets. If you put it up to 5 or 10, let's say if you go, somebody watches it 10 minutes, it would take, to get an hour, you need 6 people, right? So to get 5 hours, you need 30 people to view it, and so forth and so on. And so you got to ask, hey, Jerry, good to see you. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth my time to make short videos, or do I need to make longer videos? And just hope that the few loyal people that I have watches the entire thing. Better to see you. I guess technically that's right. Anyway, this is my brain. This is how it works. And of course, I don't really know the right answer to all that, but I do know what Chuck does. I'm not that loyal of a friend. There's only 1 or 2 people that more than likely that if they put out a 30-minute video, I'm just passing it right on by. I'm just not going to sit down for that 30 minutes or so because there's so many other people that I want to get to. But if I see a video that's anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch the entire thing. It's just this old brain. That's how it works. That's how it operates. So you ask, YouTube changed the rules for my other channel is getting demonetized because I haven't posted often enough. I'm playing games with YouTube. Yeah, that and all these people are. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that side of it. I want to talk about the numbers because the numbers fascinate me. It fascinates me. Let me tell y'all something. I may have told y'all this before. I don't know. I got my best friend. He's like a math whiz. He's like crazy math. And he was telling me about the rational numbers. I think I may have mentioned this one time. The rational numbers. If you go on the number line and you go as far that way as you can and far that way, which it just goes on and on and on and on, and on, right? Rational numbers like 1, 2, 3, 1/4, whatever, just things that can be divided. He said, if you were somehow able to reach out and grab the ends of it and squish it all together, and that's every bit of it. Now, realize that it goes into infinity both ways, right? But there's the same amount of numbers between 1 and 2. There's the same exact amount of numbers that's in the entire number line. It blows my mind. Hey, reviewing homesteaders, good to see you. But that's neither here nor there. It really is fascinating to me anyway. But he said, if you could take that entire number line and squish it all the way down, squish it. He said that it has no numerical value whatsoever. I think it goes to Mr. Boots. Go on, renaming the channel. I got you. Good deal. Everybody, make sure that you get over there. Is it just renamed or is it a new channel, Stephen? Because if it's a new channel, we need to get the link. Well, you can get the link, put the link up anyway. I think you're able to. I'm pretty sure you are. But anyway, you mash all them numbers up and it basically ends up to 0. I said, that's just crazy. He said, any first year grad student in math, that's nothing to them. They understand. They proved it out. It's something that it's not a theory, that it's a proven mathematical whatever, that if you take all the rational numbers and squish them all together, they come to basically 0. And the reason for that is because the irrational numbers, like pi, 3 point whatever it is, it just goes on and on and on and on. It never ends. They take up the majority of the number line. It don't make sense to me either. But math is very, very interesting. I agree with Nick. He said, God made logic. Math is all. It makes sense to me and leaves me in awe. And it is logical, but it's just so much to it that's crazy. But when you think of the YouTube, and you hear so many different, well, the algorithm wants this, the algorithm, it needs this, it needs that, or whatever. It don't really matter to me. Just in my mind, I'm thinking that if I make a 30-minute video and 10 people, loyal people watch it, that's 5 hours. But if I made a 2-minute video, I would need 150 people to watch that 2-minute video all the way through. And y'all know that if you ever look at the analytics, you're not ever going to have 100% watch rate, right? I told Blinda the other day, I said, I think I could have a 2-second video and it wouldn't come up to, people wouldn't watch the full 2 seconds. They'd only watch 1 second of it. Yeah, they changed the rules. Numbers matter. I love it, but now not so much as a young man. Yes, Stephen, you all know about them numbers. I'm not that. I love thinking about it and talking about it, but I don't know enough about it. But so it would take 150 viewers to get 2 minutes. It would take 10 viewers for the 30-minute video. And so you ask yourself, now in my case, I'm always worried that my videos are going to be too long. I'm like, nobody wants to watch this junk. It gets, after a while, it's like me talking on here. It just gets old. There's only other thing, you look at the numbers, shows that people have, it's 12 seconds. So, yeah, that makes sense, don't it, Jerry? That's YouTube math, y'all. YouTube math. I'm not sure it adds up. I'm not sure it's adding up, folks. Now, on the other hand, stay with me. Stay with me. Yeah, I don't understand what the deal is with the butchering and harvesting videos removed, because I see a lot of folks. I mean, there's a lot of videos on there, or I guess there still are. I used to watch them all the time, of people hunting and people skinning out deer and all that. And wow, I watched one the other day. I like that. That's some of the 1 + 1 = 5. Hey, Holman's, are you Carolyn or Doug or Daniel? I don't know which one you are, but it's one of y'all. Holman's Homestead. Good to see you. And I don't know if some of y'all may not have been here, but I got this from my buddy Bill. Last Days Homesteading. Yahoo. The whole bunch of you. Good deal. Well, I'm not going to be on here long. I just want a few minutes. My wife is actually on her way home. We got a party tonight. Party. Y'all know me. Me like it party. Viewer count just went down. Actually, I tried to get out of it, but she won't let me. It's a work party. Wow, those can get. But there's going to be food there. And I'm going to have to pretend like that I'm interested in all these folks, pharmacy people. I know what I'll do, y'all. I'll tell them about the number line and how you can squish it up. That'll intrigue them. That'll fascinate them. I'm sure it will. Can't show land bursts. Isn't that crazy? See, that's corny. Now I done got sidetracked. But the numbers, I like thinking about the numbers. Now, the other side of it, I don't know how all the ads and all that works, but some of y'all can tell me that know more about it, or you might have more information about it. They say after you get monetized, that it's not so much the length of the video, but it's the views that you get. And that makes sense to me, because if you got 10 people watching 30-minute video, that's all you got, then you only got 10 people watching the ads, right? But if you got 150 people watching a 2-minute video, then you got 150 people watching the ads. So you got over 5.2 hours from it. Wow, that's pretty impressive for an 11-second video, or 12-second according to YouTube. I need whoever's doing that math to do mine over here. Been having a bunch of views taken away. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like Nick. This is YouTube. You never know what's going on with YouTube. But you want to enjoy what you're doing, right? How much advertisers will pay. So more views equal more revenue. There you go. Hey, howdy there, Phil. And Phil, he's a deer hunter, and he killed a good deer, y'all. He killed a good deer. He got some good deer up there. So I can't remember. I know he showed deer. I don't know. I see them videos, and then I hear people saying, no, you can't do it. And then, I don't really know. So, 5,160 views, and it got 5 hours from it. Okay. I can see that. I'm not going to do the math, but I can see it. Yeah, if you're new in here, if you're just coming in, the Reviewing Homesteaders is what was formerly Mr. Boots and Bounty's Stephen. The other half of Boots and Bounty, his other channel, Mr. Boots and Bounty, he's changed the name to the Reviewing Homesteaders. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. You're not changing your main channel. You're just changing Mr. Boots and Bounty channel. Is that right? Okay, gotcha. Good deal, because you know me, I can get confused. I can get confused in a heartbeat. I put in my little greenhouse, I built a little section out where I hunt here in Bellevue, or right up the road. There, I probably won't get to hunt there very much longer. They built a road in there so they could get some logging equipment in. And the person that owned it, it was family land. And we've been hunting there 30 years, never had any issues, never problems, no nothing. And we found out that some of the family is causing a little bit of stink with it. They want to divide it all up, and it's almost 250 acres, 300 acres, something like that. And they want to divide it up, and they don't even live here. They don't even live in this part of the country. But the property out there where the hunting land is, the property, the prices for real estate is astronomical, y'all. Little corner lot, nothing places out there going for millions of dollars. And I'm like, I'd have sold that place a long time ago. And I would move out, because the town's kind of moving out in that direction. And but I know for a fact, probably 20-something years ago, he was offered several million for the property, for all of it. But so there's no telling how much it's worth now. So I think that probably played into some of the family that lives in other states, their children and all that coming in. Anyway, they made a gravel road through there. And what they did, they pushed the topsoil up into piles. They got big piles of it everywhere. Now listen, this is topsoil that's been in the woods. And as far as I know, for at least 30-something years, it's never been disturbed. So they pushed all this topsoil to the side. And so I said, I'm going to go get me some. So I went and got my truck, and I'm going to go get as much as I can. And they're going to get topsoil that's been in the woods. Hey, Laura Jane. Let me turn this right here. She may not want y'all to see her. So I'm getting some of that. Anyway, I made a little thing in my greenhouse, and I put some of it in it. So That's brown gold. See, that's what I'm thinking. Nick, that's what I'm thinking. Stephen, say hello.
Hey, everybody.
Stephen is now the reviewing homesteaders. He's not Mr. Boots and Bounty anymore. Oh, that came from Bill and Gracie.
Okay.
Look.
Well, look at you.
Ain't I something?
You are.
I'm something. I was just telling them a little bit about YouTube math.
Have fun.
She's not a math person. She is not a math person. These things fascinate me, and I go to tell her about it, and her eyes glaze over. They roll back in her head, and I'm like, oh. Long enough, your property will be worth billions. That's right. That's what they're holding out for the big bucks. Well, I'm sure they did. Hey, Dan, good to see you. DC Outdoors. Talking about rational thinking. I just think it's neat. At least Jerry and Steve, meet Jerry, Steve, and Nick. And my buddy Paul, he can tell y'all some stuff. It's just blow your mind. And and when he starts talking, my eyes glaze over because I don't even know about. I'm not even smart enough to listen. Most of the time when he talk, he was talking about quantum mechanics and stuff like that the other day when we went to the camp, and I was like nodding my head, and the whole time I was thinking of something way out here somewhere. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking that. I seen something interesting. I'm going to have to get off here, y'all. But let me tell you this. I seen something interesting in the woods. And Phil, you may have seen this. I don't know. But I've been hunting all my life since I was old enough to follow my daddy out in the woods. And let me tell you what my dad done. I'm getting sidetracked, but let me tell you what my daddy used to do. We'd go sit on a log or something. We'd go squirrel hunting. And he'd bring little things of fudge. And he'd roll them up into balls. Now, when we were kids, he didn't show us that he was doing that. And he would sit on a log, and a rabbit sometimes will come and sit up on that log and do its business. Well, Dad would take them little fudge balls that he would roll up, and he'd put one or two kind of close by. And he'd say, "You ever had rabbit poo?" And of course, us kids, no, we ain't eating that. That's gross, Daddy. Yuck. And he reached down and grabbed one of them fudge balls. And it looked like he was eating the rabbit poo. And he didn't. Man, these are good. Y'all need to try one. Now, I never was dumb enough to eat one of them because I knew my daddy. My daddy was the type of person. He'd say, "You want to go by McDonald's?" And we'd all say, "Yay!" And he'd drive by it and say, "We just went by it." So he was mean. My wife says I get that from him. The woods. When we was out in the woods, went up to the camp. I was sitting on the stand, and I seen something through the woods. It was a flock of turkeys, wild turkeys, and they were small. They wasn't. I don't know if it was just a young group of hens or what. Maybe even a young, because their heads were. I thought they were jakes, but I never did see any little things on it, just the way they looked. But they were a good distance off. But I mean, 75, 80 yards is a good distance for these eyes. Anyway, there was a bunch of them, 10 or 12 of them. And let me know if it works, Nick. So I'm watching, and, I'm still looking around, and I'm on the river, so I look across the river sometimes because the deer a lot of times come across the river. And all of a sudden I heard the turkeys just cutting up. They were making all kind of noise. I looked over there, and a hawk was swooping down, and this turkey was running, and it squatted right at the last minute, and the hawk swooped right over it and didn't get it. I said, I've never seen that. I've never seen a hawk swoop after a turkey. Not once in my life. And I've been hunting all my life. Oh, turn it down, baby. Yes. I'm almost done. Well, I'm sitting there a little bit, and then I hear them cutting up again. I look, and sure enough, that hawk swooping down that other one, and they running. And I've seen that 3 times. 3 times. I see you keep looking over, Ella. You're okay, Frank? Yeah, Blinda's in there. She just got in from work, so she's in a recliner. I'm good to go, y'all. You've never seen it? that was the first time I've ever seen it. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was fascinating. And I had some more stuff about the numbers of YouTube that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to do that because I done lost my train of thought. But I hope y'all all have a fantastic day, fantastic weekend. And I'm just going to go enjoy this work party. I'm going to party like it's 1999. She's still sitting. All right. Yeah, conversation for another. You probably need to do that, Stephen. You probably better at that kind of stuff than I am. Anyway, look, I appreciate y'all so much. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. God bless. We'll talk to y'all later if I can figure out how to end this.